What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today, and we are doing another career resimulation on Madden 21, and today we are doing a highly requested player pretty much for every series, like even our Bulldog series, which obviously wouldn't make any sense. Mr. Sean Taylor. We're going to see what would happen if he played a full career in the NFL. Of course, we don't know what would have happened. You know, safeties, they come and go all the time. Not saying per talent, per se, for him. I would say talent-wise, he would have easily, stayed as long as possible. But with his hit, being a hit power guy, a really hard-hitting guy, 30, 31 years old, maybe would have been the projection for his career. But obviously would have been a lot longer than he unfortunately had, as he obviously, as we know, was killed defending his home at a very young age. And, of course, a very young, promising player. Pro Bowler already, at what, 24 or whatever, younger than that. Of course, one of the things, speaking of the Pro Bowl, that I remember the most about him, and I'd say a lot of people have seen the clip, is of him just leveling a guy. It's the Pro Bowl. Calm down, but also continue, because the Pro Bowl's boring, Mr. Taylor. Thank you. Of course, with this one, as you know, if you haven't watched the career simulations, we put them in the draft as rookies, and we put them where they were projected to go, and we see where they would have went, and what would or could have happened. So, of course, the first thing we have to do is literally go to the draft. There's no, forcing of any sort of, wins or anything like that. This time we didn't go with the active roster. We also don't have the real-life classes because this is on Next Gen, which is 100, maybe 140 files on the community tab in general, and most of them aren't rosters. So, yeah, it's probably not going to happen that way. But, of course, scouting may have sold a little bit for Washington. What pick do they have, actually? Pick 4. They could do it. I don't know. But, of course, we have Sean Taylor projected to go pick number 5. I don't care about the freaking, what is it called? I don't care about the Super Bowl anymore. The first pick overall is Mr. Marcus Hale, right end from Wisconsin. And the Falcons. Ooh, do they still have Keanu Neal? If they still have Keanu, that is insane. They do not. Of course, he is a free agent. Definitely a guy that's been on the decline over the years. Where did he go? I'm just curious at this point. Of course, that would be the hardest hitting duo easily. Keanu to the Patriots. Interesting. I feel like they could actually make him work pretty nicely. Unfortunately, Washington, no reunion with Mr. T. All right, we're going to show you guys how we made Mr. Taylor. I don't know if I made him too good or too bad. Well, definitely not too bad, but I'll show you how I made him. So, Sean Taylor, I don't mind the face. It's Madden. You can't make a face looking good in this game, I'm going to be honest. But Sean Taylor, 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 78 zone, 78 tackle, 93 pursuit, 71 play rec, 92 excel, 70 man, 97 hit power. Probably could have made that 99, but I feel like he'll get that anyways throughout his career. 69 block shed, 73 awareness, 65 catching. I 100% put that at 74, by the way. And, of course, big hitter trade and all that. And as far as trades go, we did give him superstar. Probably could have made him X Factor. Once again, they do not have number 21 open. We'll try to change that real quick. And then once again, the catching. Some of the things didn't save. I remember when I changed his college, it at first was just stuck on Oklahoma. So luckily, at least that changed. Let's change their number 21, put him at number 21, and let's take a look at how he does. All right, first season for Sean Taylor. The team is 6-10. Of course, we don't care about the offense. We care about the defense. Sean Taylor. 2 interceptions, 1.5 sacks, 110 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 6 deflections. We don't care about catches allowed. That's broken. Only forced 1 fumble. Really? Only forced 1 fumble, recovered 1. I thought maybe we'd have 3, 4, maybe more. As far as awards go, did he win NFC Rookie of the Year? He, of course, did. What are you worried about? As far as in general goes, he is not on the list, but I'd imagine he was very, very close. We'll take a look at who wins the Super Bowl. Go on to the draft already. That's the thing. A lot of these players were top-tier picks, so they're typically going to go to the teams that do bad, and then obviously the teams aren't going to turn it around ASAP, so it's kind of a, double-edged sword series, but we will probably find some players that are in the later portion of the draft. As far as who wins the Super Bowl, the Browns win. Falcons loading up on defense. They go with Enrique Durant. Lots of potential. 21 years old, 6'1", fast. Really good pick there. Decent-looking players outside of that, the third and the fourth, especially with a hidden development wide receiver there. Not bad. Not a bad draft. A hidden corner, too. Not bad. And the Falcons make the playoffs after that bad season at 9-7. This is what the season looked like. I mean, at this point, you guys probably would assume I don't really care if they win. I just want to see what the actual ratings are. Sean Taylor, once again, as far as takeaways and stuff like that, leading to that, not really great, but 102 tackles, 1 pick, no sacks this time. He did force 2 fumbles, recovered 1. He also had a blocked kick. So, I mean, he's diversifying a bit, I suppose. As far as the yearly awards go, did he actually make the top 10 list? He did not, really. I am surprised. I'm really surprised, but first shot at playoff football here, going against the Saints. Could be a bad one already, and unfortunately it is. Let's take a look at the Super Bowl, who wins, and then also take a look at Taylor's performance in the playoffs. Once again, we do not know how many playoff performances he'll have, because a lot of these teams will usually suck. Cowboys do win the Super Bowl. Unlikely. All right, in this game, Sean Taylor had 6 tackles, no sacks, no interceptions, and no forced fumbles. So kind of just an average game, kind of roaming around. All right, here we are looking at the draft, and hello? At pick 20, they land an 89 power move, 277-pound D-end. Then they land a center, Austin Otting. Then they draft a DT, 72 overall. Ooh, he's 24, though. They're all normal because it's Madden this year, but that is a very good draft for pick 20. Either that was like the most stacked class I've ever seen, or this team is really lucky. One of the two. So, of course, this is the year that I think Sean Taylor would be on. I didn't check if he actually got a dev up or anything like that. He did. He's an X Factor. I don't know when he would have gotten it. Maybe it was the first year. But this would be the year I believe they have to decide on the tag, the option, which I would assume they are going to take. It's not yet. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's an extra year. Never mind. But this is what it looks like. Looking pretty damn good. Abilities, reinforcement. Do we have... They don't have Avalanche? I suppose reinforcement makes the most sense. But yeah, he still actually has quite a bit of time left here. Never mind. And 9-7 again. However, this time around, it's not good enough to make the playoffs. Quarterback for the Falcons is Jameis Winston, which is very interesting. Sean Taylor, tackles were down, but his picks were way up. 4 interceptions to be exact. As far as forced fumbles, no touchdowns. Very strange season, but the picks alone may have been enough to put him in the top 10 list, and it is finally cracking the top 10 DBs of the NFC. Sean Taylor, number 7. And now we have the battle of the purple teams, Vikings and Ravens. The winner appears to be the Ravens. Ooh, this pick. I mean, obviously there could be some hiddens in here, but yikes at this one. This one is bad. This is what the team looks like. They got Kareem Hunt. Calvin Ridley looks really good. Defensively, not bad. Sheldon Richardson's okay. I mean, not bad. And another season goes by. Another failed season. 6-10 again, though, on this one. So way worse than the last 2. Sean Taylor, over 100 tackles again. 2 sacks. 1 interception. He's back to a forced fumble at least, but really not like changing the game as we expected him to. As far as top 10 DBs go, I don't know if he would have made it on the list. He did not. Super Bowl between the Packers and the Browns, and the winner is the Packers. Pass re-signing period. Take a look if Mr. Taylor is still in Atlanta, and he is not. I would have thought they would have definitely re-signed him. I guess this team doesn't like to keep safeties after their rookie contract. Let's take a look at where he is. I mean, not where he is. We know he's there. So the Vikings are leading the pack here. Could be an Eagle. Could be a Viking. Viking, we already know that. A Jaguar, we'll find out in a moment. He doesn't hold out, and he goes to the Chargers. Okay, a 6-year, $82 million deal which ironically brings me up to the point of the real-life contract he signed was terrible. Terrible stuff. He freaking signed, I think it was a 7-year, $18 million deal. I don't know what that was about, but geez. Like, that shouldn't even be allowed. It probably isn't anymore, at least. But, of course, we go to the Chargers where Sean Taylor and freaking Derwin James pair up to make easily the best duo in the league. It's not even close. It's just not even close. What a cheese combo here. 26-year-old Taylor still in the prime of his life. Of course, 85 zone coverage. Haven't really been looking at the zone. Been more of a run support guy, which is, kind of what you would probably want him as, especially coming over here to the Los Angeles Chargers. Nice. Not bad, actually. Good move. Might be the best signing decision we've seen in this series thus far. I don't think he joined a better team, honestly. It's going to make him better. He's going to make them better. Now, for the Chargers, was it a great signing? Probably not, but I mean, he's a good player. It's just you can't really, put your resources into a safety. They get another really good corner here, a DT. Not bad looking draft just off of, first glance here. Thomas Conley, hidden. Could be a superstar, could be an X Factor. I don't know. Really good draft. And despite the move potentially being good, the Chargers still not good enough to make the playoffs here. Looking at Sean Taylor's season, probably should. Can we compare it to? Hello, where is he? Oh, he's right there. Derwin right under my nose. One less pick for Taylor, but one more sack, 9 more tackles, one more forced fumble. Pretty standard stuff. Once again, Sean Taylor not really performing super well here. At this point, I would say his dev probably would have dropped. Let me know in the future if you guys want... Oop, wrong side now. If you guys want to see us put regression on. Regression is pretty much broken overall, but maybe it would make sense for this series because honestly, the way Derwin's playing, might have seen a dev... Sean Taylor, you might have seen a dev drop or two by now. Maybe. I don't know. Jaguars versus the Giants. Don't let it be the Jaguars. Okay, I think the Jaguars lost, but of course, Jaguars were one of the teams bidding on Taylor, so that would have been a bit of a brutal one to witness. Okay, this draft was really bad. All right, to the playoffs again, and the Chargers go 8-8. They're getting closer. Looking at the team schedule. They finished strong. Did not start strong, though. Let's take a look if Sean Taylor finally has like a breakout year. One of these times, I want to see it. Like, I like the tackles, 105, he's probably doing his job in the end. But 3 sacks, 2 picks. As far as, like, forcing turnovers and, like, being that part of a player, it probably is his best season. And he did have a defensive touchdown, so, yeah, maybe his highest ranking as a DB yet. Let's take a look. He is not even on the list. Okay, never mind, I lied. But, hey, get used to it, Sean Taylor, who I may have called Derwin James 4 times probably by now. You signed your 6 years, buddy. But hey, he's still winning, getting that cash. Packers lose, it would appear, to the Raiders. A bunch of normal developments yet again. They go with a quarterback, though, in the 3rd round, which is interesting. All right, in 2027, this is what the Chargers roster looks like. Herbert's still a star. Dobbins, 91 overall. Wide receivers are definitely looking a little rough. Do not know why Conley didn't start. He's still got time. He's 24. I'm going to move him up just for them. Hunter Henry's got to be on the regression path. Oh, he 100% is. O-line's got to be one of the bottom 5s in the league. Defense, though, still looking great. Murray, 93 overall. Derwin, 96. Sean Taylor, 98. Bosa, 97. I don't know. I really don't think this team's good enough. Playoffs, but not for the Chargers. 6-10. I don't understand why this happens a lot in this series. Look at these losses. How do you go 5-0 and then you lose every single game except for the Raiders? Really? Okay, I mean, Sean Taylor's a defender, so he can only do so much. But let's see what he was capable of doing. And the safeties went off. Both of them with 4 interceptions. Half a sack for Derwin. More tackles for Derwin. Forced fumbles. Derwin did have more. And he had a recovery. Taylor may be on the list, but I don't know. He's got to compete with his own teammates. So might not be enough room for both. Oh, there is. Number 4 for Sean Taylor. Nice. His highest ranking yet. So his best season... I wouldn't say by far, but it's definitely his best season. Took the ball away a lot, had a lot of tackles. pretty good success, but of course the team still sucks, as always. It is a tough division, though, so what can you really ask for? The Raiders, the team that we did beat near the end of the season, did make the Super Bowl. Of course, it looks like they did lose, though. All right, draft recap. 74 overall guard, and it's a hidden. Normally, I wouldn't check the devs, but a hidden lineman is, especially in the first round, pick 9, is a very rare sight to see, and he is superstar. Nice. 21 years. I mean, that guy should be their guard for the rest of his career. Derek Hurd. Really good wide receiver overall-wise, at least. They go for a safety. Uh-oh. Replacing Sean Taylor with a guy that's about as fast as Aaron Donald, which in this case is not a good thing. Outside of the first 2 picks, not really that good. But still, those 2 first picks were very good. So it kind of makes up for it. Week 17, and somehow again, I mean, the whole division is kind of like on par, but it's not a good par to be on. Looking at the defensive side, oh, Sean Taylor kind of dropping off here. Derwin not looking that great either. Take a look at the forced fumbles and whatnot. Wow, I mean, Sean Taylor just did not take the ball away at all. No point in looking at the awards this time because clearly he wouldn't be in there. I mean, he literally had 80-some tackles, no picks, no forced fumbles, no touchdowns, no recoveries, no nothing. No sacks even, I don't think. Looking at the Super Bowl matchup, Niners versus Ravens, getting that rematch in. Is Sean Taylor about to be gone? I think he has maybe another year on his contract. I think he has a year, maybe 2 years actually on the contract. He'll be 32 as a free agent, I believe. If he's still around, obviously, Calvin Johnson kind of retired a little early on us, in my opinion. How many first-round corners are we going to see? I get corners are hard to find and they are important to draft, but it's like a first-round corner every, 2 drafts. Going to the playoffs, except if you're a Charger, you're not. I don't actually know why this team is so bad. They actually don't look that bad in overall. Sean Taylor, though, back up to his usual goodness. 2 sacks, 3 picks, 127 tackles, a forced fumble, a recovery. No touchdown, but that's got to put him back in the top 10 of DBs on the league. If that does, I don't know what will. What? Number 6, Derwin at 3. What was Derwin's numbers? I didn't see them. Derwin James, 4 picks. Man, picks mean a lot to be very good at pick 6s. He did have 2 forced fumbles as well, so he basically potentially forced 6 turnovers, which is obviously massive. It's like half a turnover a game almost. Kind of, not really. Super Bowl between the Jets and the Buccaneers. The winner of this one is the Jets, it would appear. And as far as re-signings, is Derwin gone? Pick 3 overall, they go with a safety, and he's not exactly like Derwin, Sean Taylor, or Derwin, but he's big. He's, not as strong, but very interesting. And of course, I've seen another one, a hidden center, David Goldenstein. Of course, looking at his dev, probably going to be star, but you never know. Could have another superstar. It's not often you see it. It's not often. The worst part is, we're probably not going to see another one of these for the rest of the year, and I can't even put it in the title. There's nothing I can do with it. There's literally nothing. Once again, I said it. This is the second time I've seen it now. I remember people were telling me, and I thought they were just attention-seeking in the comment section. I guess not. I don't know. I don't know why that's in the game, though. Do you think that... I mean, Superstar X Factors are already rare enough the way it is, so with O-linemen having rough devs in general anyways, yeah, it's something you wouldn't see often anyways, so very strange, but interesting. Very interesting. And I gotta assume Sean Taylor's probably on his way out after this year. With that pick at number 3... To be fair, they do need to replace Derwin as well, so I don't know, but probably, right? Headed to the playoffs, and the Chargers are 11-5. Surprised with that loss that they actually had the bye week. Sean Taylor, not a great season. 1 pick, I mean, it's not a bad season, but 1 sack, 1 pick, 95 tackles, no forced fumbles. I mean, what's the point of having, I would assume at this point he didn't go up in hit power, I'm surprised. But having the big hitter trade and 97 hit power and having, at this point, maybe 6 forced fumbles in his entire career? That just doesn't make any sense. He also has the strip ball trade, I believe. Oh, is this going to be a retirement for Mr. Derwin? I actually really like that. I like the fact that it's Sean Taylor talking about a fellow safety. It's really cool, though. Really cool. Chargers versus the Raiders. They win. I don't know. Maybe. Going against the Steelers. And they lose by 3. No. The obvious most successful season so far. And they can't get the job done. That sucks. Defensively, Derwin had a lot of tackles. Where the hell is Taylor? 4 tackles. No forced fumbles or anything like that. And then in this Steelers matchup, looking at the defensive side of things, where the hell is Taylor? Taylor did have an interception, so he obviously played his part. Interception, no forced fumbles or anything like that. Could have had a touchdown. I didn't look, but wow, so close. Derwin, of course, going to probably retire here, like it said. And the winner of the Super Bowl is please be the Steelers. It's the Buccaneers, so they wasted. Unbelievable. Of course, with 43 players on the roster and that being his contract year, let's take a look if he's here. He is not. Who the hell is Hillman? I mean, I can kind of see why they got rid of, Derwin they didn't get rid of, but I can see why they let Sean Taylor go, because obviously they have the safeties in place. Jaguars got to be pretty old, too. 34, yeah. Some of these guys on their way out. Really good defense, though. Let's just, I'm not even going to worry about how long the contract is. We'll take a look in a second. The Super Bowl was already over. Let's take a look at where Sean Taylor might have went. Let's take a guess. I'm going to say the Vikings. I think he's going to get that revenge chance. Nope, it's not. It's not even a revenge, but he, he had a chance to go there in the first place. The Bengals. An interesting team name. I'm trying to think. The Bengals. I mean, they're maybe still got Burrow, probably. He went from an 81 overall team to an 83. Okay. Okay, I see things around here. Okay. I see you, Cincinnati. Okay, not bad. Might actually get that Super Bowl here. You never know. I will say, though, not a great start with this draft. That's terrible. They drafted a bunch of 23-year-olds as well. Like 3 of the top 5 picks were 23, and they're all normal. I'm trying to think of when Derwin retired. Derwin retired at like 35. This is what the offense looks like. Really, really rough. Defensively, though, probably going to be quite a bit better. Bill Grant, 29, not bad. McLean, they got a really good-looking defense. Can't really say much about it. Really good-looking. Some of the players are a little bit on the older side, but not a bad-looking defense at all. Kinley, I think he's like 29, 30. Yeah, 30. Sean Taylor could give him that spark. Let's take a look at his ratings. Obviously, he's kind of regressing over the years. Obviously, looks really solid, though. Number 1 rated free safety in the league as well. Of course, you do have the Steelers, and the Steelers seem to be in the playoffs and the Super Bowl quite a bit, or at least very close quite a bit. So, I don't know if we're going to have the division, but, I mean, this Bengals team looks okay. The offense really comes down to Joe Burrow just absolutely carrying the hell out of the team, but it's kind of what Bengals fans kind of signed up for. 9-7, they win the division. Okay, I like it. I like it. Not a bad start. Sean Taylor's like, okay, I see it. I see it. Looking at the defensive side of things, Joe Burrow, I mean, kind of a, just a safe season. Sean Taylor with no sacks. He did have a pick, though. 92 tackles. Finally, some fumbles. Thank you. Ooh, jeez, I got so excited. I clicked off. 2 fumbles, 2 recovered as well. 2 forced, 2 recovered. Nice. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see some fumbles. Take a look if he won, top 10 or not. Another 21-24 loss. How many times are we going to see this in this man's career? Obviously not his fault, but still. He's not on the list? Really? I really thought he would have on the list. A pick, 2 fumbles, 2 recovered. As far as how the playoffs went, Sean Taylor had, no forced fumbles or picks or anything like that, but 7 tackles. Can't really ask for everything. Also didn't see what kind of contract he signed, but the man has made over $100 million in his career easily. But I imagine he's going to retire a Bengal, right? Ooh, maybe not. Okay, I'm going to keep him as 22 because apparently that's the number they wanted him at, which obviously at this point he would be number 21 at every time. But It is what it is. He might be gone after this year. Might even retire after this year, for all we know. Niners versus the Jets. Seen a couple of Jets and a couple of Niners now. Maybe 2 each. The Jets do win. Head to the draft. Definitely got to take a look at Sean Taylor's stats career-wise after this season concludes, because, yeah, he's getting there. He's definitely getting there. Draft recap. They go with a tackle, hidden development. Once again, it's a first-round tackle, first-round lineman with hidden. You don't see that often. You really, I mean, hell, seeing hidden in the first round is tough enough the way it is. But a tackle. They also go with a quarterback, Darryl Green. Looks pretty good. The age is a little concerning considering he's not hidden. And, of course, it doesn't appear Burrow's gone, right? I don't know. He might be. Oh, maybe he is. 80 overall team is pretty rough. Oh, he is. Darryl's the starter out the gate. Okay, good pick, I suppose. And, ooh, yeah, we definitely need to take a look because he dropped hard. I'd imagine 35, just like Derwin, will be his cutoff point. Lost 2 speed. Damn. I'm surprised one of the regression things that you don't see drop harder than normal would be the hip power. Because, of course, when you're older, that hip power should be dropping, right? Because you're just trying to, stay together, basically, on the season. You're not worried about forcing fumbles anymore. You're worried about making sure you can still think properly when you retire. Playoffs, and unfortunately, all too familiar in Sean Taylor's career. Let's take a look at how he actually performed, though. 2 picks, 2 sacks, 88 tackles, no forced fumbles. I mean, he dropped. Oh, he did have a touchdown, though. Might be enough to put him in the top 10 again. And it is not a lot of B-word teams. We don't say that word around here. But yeah, let's take a look at his actual career stats just in case. I think he'll have at least another year, maybe 2 in him, though. Sean Taylor in his career, a 911 solo tackles, 1164 total, 51 tackles for a loss, 13.5 sacks, 23 interceptions. As far as forced fumbles go, 10 forced fumbles, 5 recoveries, a field goal block, and only 2 interceptions. Did it say he only played 64 games? That's not true, right? That's a pretty damn good career out of 64 games then. Niners and Steelers again. I feel like both teams have had at least 3 appearances, and the Steelers win. Sean Taylor's still here. I mean, I don't know how much longer he will be, like literally physically in the league, but he re-signs with the Bengals. It is a 2-year deal. That might be him. The Bengals wanted him on the team, and they got him. I mean, as far as Sean Taylor goes, I almost wonder if he's just like, less games the better, right? Then again, if your offense sucks, you're going to be playing more snaps overall, so that's a debatable one. I'd say I go for the contender anyways. Take a pay cut if I have to. Tell him, hey, I know you know what I'm known for, but I ain't hitting anybody. I'm barely going to tackle at this age. They get a running back, Mr. Austin Smith, basically the highest rated offensive player they have. Another safety drafted, terrible player. Yikes. Some of these, these drafts, man. Their age is high, their dev is low. All right, here we are in the playoffs. Well, I mean, once again, we say it, we're at the playoff period, I should say, because obviously we're not going to be in there. 2.5 sacks, 2 picks, 96 tackles. That's the thing, without making the playoffs, with a nice touchdown as well. Without making the playoffs, like, he could just retire at any physical time, because, I think the guy's going to retire thing, that scenario only comes up if you're actually in it. Of course, don't do it, Chargers. Don't do it. I don't know. Normally I wouldn't look, but maybe it's time to look to see if they see if it happened. Yeah, okay, it did. So twice now, Sean Taylor barely dodging a bullet on that one. Barely dodging a bullet. As far as Sean Taylor being still here, though, let's take a look. I'd say maybe an 80 overall. This has got to be his last year. And 83 overall. Maybe he sneaks in another year. Maybe he plays till 37? Like, because he's going to play this one out, and he'll be 36, retiring at 36. I'd say 37 could be his cutoff, which is amazing. Entering his 15th season. Outlasting quarterbacks at this rate. What a hero. It is a safety, in fairness, but still, it's amazing. There you go. Pick 5, they draft Kelvin Weldon. Could use more picks like this throughout. Obviously, not even just on this team, but other teams as well that Sean Taylor was a part of. Star development only, but really good player, obviously. Young as well. Well as Weldon. Woo-hoo! like and subscribe. This is what the team looks like. I mean, it's literally one guy with hidden, and then Westbrook, whoever the hell this guy is. Tight end. Tight end it is. Defensively, a bunch of different stars and superstars and whatnot, but obviously that's dropping down a bit too. Is this guy old? I mean, I suppose you put him there, right? Nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. It's probably Sean Taylor's last season. Ain't even my job description. Don't even worry about it. Playoffs, and no! We're definitely going to be taking a look at his career stats now because this has got to be him. Sean Taylor, over 1,000 solo, 1,350 total tackles, 27 picks, 18 sacks, 10 forced fumbles, 5 recoveries, a block in 3 touchdowns. Games played is obviously glitched to F, but what a career. Is that Hall of Fame? That's very close, if not. That's got to be very close, if not. Of course, let's take a look if he's still around next week. The Chargers. Close your eyes. Sean Taylor, close your eyes. Yes, you did have a chance to take 2 Super Bowl trips and winning one of them. But that's just what happens sometimes, unfortunately. Let's take a look if he retired. He's still here. How? Oh, did we have regression on the whole time and he just regressed now? Yo, he's still here. What a hero. How? This is like quarterback status at this point. Actual legend. Jesus. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Just on duration alone. I'm not going to say he's going to win a Super Bowl, but as a defender, it means a lot less to your status, obviously. Yeah, it's just Jake Frost, very close to Jack. Nice. Getting into the holiday spirit, are we? EA? Cool. All right, here it is. Undoubtedly, the last season of Sean Taylor's long career is yet another playoff missing one because he does not want to go to a winning team. And he gets his most picks of his career. How? 104 tackles, 1 sack, 6 interceptions. I do not understand how. This man is insane. He was the second best defender in the entire league and the best DB overall. An actual nutcase. How is he that? I don't even know. Let's take a look at his numbers yet again. 1454 for total tackles, 1153 for solo, 19 sacks, 33 picks, 10-4. The fumbles haven't changed. Now I think he's a Hall of Famer. He got that last year in, and I think he's definitely solidified himself now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, Lord. Sean, no. They went to 3 Super Bowls and won 2. Sean, you did it in the wrong way. Mahomes is here. Oh, wrong team. I was thinking of them. And, of course, Sean Taylor does finally retire. 16 seasons. What a career. Could not ask for anything better other than, obviously, Super Bowl win, which he would have unfortunately had if he stayed on the Chargers. Wow, I mean, Chargers won 2 Super Bowls, went to 3. Could have been more if he stayed. That's a bit of a yikes, but, of course, Sean Taylor, maybe even in a Chargers uniform for the thumbnail, just because, I don't know, he had the most playoff performances there, I suppose. Regardless, an amazing career. An unfortunate what-if story. But obviously, I had a blast. Good to remember the man. Rest in peace. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed as well. Maybe we do a blast from the past for him in the future. Or maybe we do like a Legends fantasy rebuild and he's in there or something. But regardless, thanks for watching. If you guys have been enjoying these career resims, let me know in the comment section below or by leaving a like. Also, let me know which player you would like to see next. There are so many players. I think Rodgers would be a cool one to see because, of course, a lot of what-ifs in that career as well, where you got to think with that talent, he should have more than this one Super Bowl ring. Maybe a win this year. I don't know. But a lot of different players, and I think by the end of the year, Rodgers definitely will have one from us. I don't know if there's a lot of other ones, but I can't really think of any glaring ones at this point. Regardless, though, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you come back for next video. Maybe check out the second channel, PK Plays. Been uploading Cyberpunk. Maybe there's some on there today. I don't know. But until next video,